Hi everyone, I hope you all are great. Today we will have adjectives that compare. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Click on any move on to language at the grade 2. Chapter is adjective that compare. Lesson is identify comparative and superlative adjectives. Alright, so let's go through logging in. First, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com like I've said, and then you just look through here. You would find your name. Okay, so you click on your name. All right, then you go to English, which is language arts, and you can all see the grades. Then you have the chapters available. We have different chapters under the grade 2, and you just scroll down until you can find adjectives that compare. Okay, under that you would see the lesson identify comparative and superlative adjectives. All right, so some adjective compare people, animal, places, or things. This is what we have to note. Some of the adjective compare people, animals, places, or things. Now we have comparative adjective compare two people, animal, places, or things. So comparative compare between two, just two. Okay, so just two. All right, people, animal, place, or thing, and they end in er. So we have Andy is taller than his sister. So we have taller. I want you all to give me some examples of comparative adjective that end with er. If you know some of the adjectives that end with er, send it to me on the chat. Okay. So send me your answers on the chat. I can see them. Okay. So if you have any adjectives, if you know any adjectives that end in er, you can send to me. All right. All right. So send it on the chat. Do you know any adjective that ends with er? So let me give you some hints. So we could have smaller, smaller. Okay. We can have longer. Okay. Sister. No, sister is not an adjective. Okay. Sister is not adjective. Even though it ends in er. Okay. Sister is not an adjective. So I'll explain that to you. All right. But thank you for sharing your answers though. Okay. So when you say sister, it's a noun. Okay. Sister is a noun. Now adjectives compare. Okay. So just like we have smaller, longer, taller, words like that are what we call adjective. Sister ends with er, but it is actually a noun. Okay. So give me some more examples if you know. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, let's interact. You can send them. All right, so we have also faster. Good job. Good job, everybody. Slower. Good job. Yeah, perfect. Thank you for your answers. Okay, that's very great. All right, so let's look at the superlative adjective. Superlative adjective compare more than two people, animal, places, or thing. So if you notice something about the comparative is comparing just two. Okay. Now the superlative compares more than two, like a larger group, and they usually end in est. Comparative ends with er, and then superlative ends in est. Okay, so just like we have, he's the tallest person in his class. So we have tallest. All right, so now give me some examples under the superlative adjective, just like you did for the comparative. Okay. All right, so let's see some of your answers. Okay. All right. So let's look at it like this. All right. So for superlative adjective, they compare more than one person. In fact, more than two persons. Okay. Like a larger group. So we have tallest. We can also have smallest. Okay. Something like this. You guys sent faster the other time. We can have fastest. Okay. It could be like Jane is the fastest runner in her class. So if we say Jane is the fastest runner in her class. Now it's her class, so there's most likely a lot of runners in Jane's class. Okay, so she's the fastest. Okay, so it's comparing like a larger group. It is obviously more than one person in Jane's class. Okay, but if we say Mike is the maybe faster, or maybe you can say maybe Mike is faster than Ken. So that means you're comparing between Mike and Ken. That's comparative. And superlative, you compare like a larger group. Okay. So tell me now, do you have any example of the superlative adjective? Do you have any example in your mind? All right, good job. Perfect. So we have shortest. Oh, that's great. Okay. We have biggest. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay, good job, everybody. So these are examples of superlative because they end in est and they compare a larger group. Okay. All right, so let's look at some examples now. Find the adjective that compares. So look at this sentence here. We have Sarah's hair is lighter than Eric's hair. So from this sentence, can you tell me what is the adjective that compares here? What is the adjective here? Okay. So from this example, we have lighter as the adjective. Okay, lighter. Then Dil is the youngest boy in class. We have, oh, good example. He's the shortest in his class. That's great. Thank you for that. So look at this. Also, we have Dil is the youngest boy in the class. So what do you think is the adjective here in this sentence? Send me your answers on the chat because I can see them. Okay. All right. So we have youngest here. Okay. So Dil is the youngest boy in the class. So youngest is what? The adjective. All right, let's go to the test. I want you all to share your answers with me. Let's see. Sarah is the fastest in the whole school. Yeah, good example. Sarah is the fastest. Okay, so let's go to the test and you can just share your answers with me, okay? And if you have any questions, just ask me. Find the adjective that compares. The Woodgrove Bridge is the lowest bridge in the state. So what's the adjective here? Is it lowest or bridge? You can just say either one or two to identify your answers, okay? All right, so we have lowest. Then a chipmunk is larger than a mouse. Mouse or larger. What is the adjective here? So here we have larger. Then an elephant is stronger than a horse. Horse or stronger. So you can send your answers to me, okay? Just interact and I would see your answers, okay? Okay, so we have stronger. Then Erin is the kindest person I know. Person or kindness? So we have kindness. So Jacob's television is the biggest one you can get. Biggest or one, which of them? All right, so we have biggest. Then the car is the safest car of all. Safest or car, what is the adjective here? So we have safest. Then the cat is meaner than the dog. Meaner or cat? What's the adjective here? Okay, so we have meaner, right? So Mr. McLean is the wisest man in town. Man or wisest? So we have wisest. Then Julie's sunglasses are darker than Lid's darker or sunglasses. So we have darker. Then Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. Brightest or star? Alright, so we have brightest. Then Tessa is the kindest person I know. Kindest or person. What is the adjective here? Alright, so we have kindest. Then the apple tree shorter than the oak tree. Tree or shorter, which of them? Alright, so we have shorter. Okay, that's it for our lesson today on the adjectives that compare. Can you tell me if you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Okay, since you have no questions to end here, complete this lesson if you haven't. See you next time. Bye.